I've been trying to take my eyes off you. Oh girl, it ain't easy, just let go of that body. Why you gotta keep flirting like you do? I waited so patiently, but you don't seem sorry. I seen a little DM, trying to make some plans. Now come on baby, later in the PM, hope that you would understand. I think that if you get to know me, you see I'm way more than nice. I wanna hold you, let me feel you till the morning light. I'm more than just 9 to 5. Everyone's known it's only you and I. Looks like we'll be staying up all night. Time to play what you say, I'm here for you. I'm working overtime, I'm more than 9 to 5. Come on, let your clothes drop down to the floor. I wanna see you moving slowly to the music. We'll be dimming the lights, then lock the door. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, we're gonna do it. Come on, yeah. Send a little DM, trying to make some plans. Trying, baby. Oh, baby, later in the PM, hope that you would understand. I think that if you get to know me, you see I'm way more than nice. I wanna hold you, let me feel you till the morning light. I'm more than just 9 to 5. So everyone's known it's only you and I. Looks like we'll be staying up all night, up all night. Time to play what you say, I'm here for you. I'm working overtime, I'm more than 9 to 5, baby. Ooh, I'm more than just 9 to 5. Everyone's known it's only you and I, you and I. Looks like we'll be staying up all night. Time to play what you say, I'm here for you. I'm working overtime, I'm more than I love. Yeah. Everyone's known it's only you and I. Oh yeah. Looks like we'll be staying up all night, you up all night. Time to play what you say, I'm here for you. I'm working overtime, more than 9 to 5. More than 9 to 5, baby. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Yeah, I've been trying to take my eyes off you. Oh girl, it ain't easy, just let go of that body. Why you gotta keep flirting like you do? I waited so patiently, but you don't seem sorry. I seen a little DM, trying to make some plans. Now come on baby, later in the PM, hope that you would understand. I think that if you get to know me, you see I'm way more than nice. I wanna hold you, let me feel you till the morning light. I'm more than just 9 to 5. Everyone's known it's only you and I. Looks like we'll be staying up all night. Time to play what you say, I'm here for you. I'm working overtime, I'm more than 9 to 5. Come on, let your clothes drop down to the floor. I wanna see you moving slowly to the music. We'll be dimming the lights, then lock the door. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, we're gonna do it. Come on, yeah. Send a little DM, trying to make some plans. Trying, baby. Oh, baby, later in the PM, hope that you would understand. I think that if you get to know me, you see I'm way more than nice. I wanna hold you, let me feel you till the morning light. I'm more than just 9 to 5. So everyone's known it's only you and I. Looks like we'll than just 9 to 5. Everyone's gone, it's only you and I. Looks like we'll be staying up all night. Time to play what you say. I'm here for you. I'm working overtime. I'm more than I desire. Yeah. Everyone's gone, it's only you and I. Oh, yeah. Looks like we'll be staying up all night. You up all night.
Hi. The best wealth is health, and you are taking care of yours right here, right now. It's so important. If you don't have your health, life gets really hard. So I'd rather have my health and lots of money in the bank. So I am Jan. This is 316 Yoga, and this is your yoga from home. Today is Yoga Plus. What do we do with the plus? The plus is Barre. The plus is Pilates. The plus is weights. Just kind of kicking it up and making it fun. Every day is different. Every day our practices are different. So check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, send us a thumbs up, subscribe so you'll never miss out on some of the yoga fun plus all the other stuff. All right, so it's a 1 hour long practice. 1 hour, but you can do it. You can do it because you modify it. You do what is right for your body. If it hurts, don't do it. Back out of it. If you can't quite do it, try and then say, I can't quite do it. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee or some more water or champagne or something like that. Just make it work for you. Do what is right for your body. That's the biggest thing. I just can't tell you enough. Don't hurt that wonderful body you have. And the word to think about today is sturdy. You may be sturdy. You are sturdy. You are sturdy. You are strong. You are built to last. So last. And keep the body lubricated. Keep it moving. Keep it functioning well because you are sturdy. Stick around. Stay strong. Be sturdy. All right. Props. We use a lot of those. 2 blocks. 2 yoga blocks. Get them if you don't have them. They're wonderful. You can get them online. They'll be delivered tonight. Water. You're going to want some water to drink. An eye shade and a towel. Those are really nice to have. The eye shade for final shavasana, the little towel, same thing, you can use it for final shavasana or slip it under your knee when we do a lunge. And make your arms longer using the towel as well. All right, a little ball. You can use a playground ball. This is a really squishy ball, very thin membrane, and the idea here is it creates an unstable surface, so don't blow it up all the way. You want it to be an unstable surface. Great, terrific ball to use a ball in Pilates or in Barre. Also hand weights, you're gonna want those. I thought this was kind of cute, kind of M&Ms when I say M&M. These are the weights, they're 3-pound weights. All right, a little yoga strap if you want. Let's get started. Come on up to standing. As you come on up to standing, you may want your little resistance band too if you want to use that. Whatever you got. If you don't have anything, that's fine too. We're gonna make it work because this is your practice. All right, let's grab that block and have it nearby. If you don't have a block, you could be near a wall because we're going to stretch out our calves. And to do that, you just push the ball of your foot into the wall. We're going to use the block to do it. But let's begin with the stress number. You got it? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Lock it in. Let's spread our legs a little kind of Superman wide. Hands to your hips. Softening the shoulders. Chest lifts up to the sky to strike that stand of confidence. And just get moving. You could have a chair nearby for balance. That's good too. Lift out of your chest. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe with a big breath in through the nose and a big sighing breath out through the mouth. Let it go. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by yourself. Don't be intimidated by your practice. Start to pop up onto the balls of your feet. As you pop up onto the balls of your feet, keep your heels behind your toes. Lift and lower and breathe. So your heels are right behind your toes. Maybe you don't pop up very high. Maybe you come up really high on the balls of your feet. You make it work for you. That's the ticket. Make it work for you. So Strengthening the ankles, strengthening the feet, strengthening the calves. Oh, I feel it in my calves. It's all good. You want to be strong from the ground up. Got to be sturdy, right? Breathe. And when you're ready, let's finish up. Plant the heels. Now lift your toes on up and just give them a little bit of a wiggle. Let them function independently and breathe. All right, bring your feet in a little bit to a more comfortable stance. Lift your arms up to the sky. This is called Tadasana, a yoga pose, extended mountain pose. Reach through your fingers, lift, and then interlace your fingers. Send your palms up toward the sky and start to sway from side to side. This is your palm tree pose. Breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe a little bend in your elbows feels good. Just wake up your spine, sideways motion. Let it feel right for you. However deep you're taking it, make it just right for you. Let's finish up. Reach your arms high up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. As you hinge forward, think of your chest coming toward your knees. Let your arms hang heavy. Big breath in, big sighing breath out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. A little bend in your knees might feel good. Inhale, rise on up, roll up one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing, shoulders back and down. Cross your right ankle over your left, all 10 toes still pointing forward. Little bend in your knees, and then hinge forward here. Let your hands work toward the earth. Oh, that's different, isn't it? Breathe. Gaze back toward your knees or your navel. Find your balance. Slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. Uncross your ankles. Lengthen up through your arms, reaching up toward the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach your fingers toward the earth. Look down toward your knees that have a bend in them. Big inhale, big exhale. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time, keeping your chin tucked to your chest until you get up to standing. Send your shoulders back and down. Stand up nice and straight in this, your mountain pose. Not extended mountain, but mountain. Now cross the other ankle, the left ankle over the right. All 10 toes still pointing forward. Little bend in your knees. Hinge forward. Fingers toward the earth. Gaze back toward your navel, your belly button. Slowly roll on up, one vertebra at a time. Chin comes away from your chest. Last, uncross your legs. Come back to standing, foot next to foot. Lift your arms up high to the sky. Take a big inhale. And on this exhale, as the arms come down, place them at your low back. Place them at your low back like they're going into pockets of the backs of your pants. Squeeze your elbows together, push your belly forward. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe look directly overhead. A big breath in. Big breath out, let it feel wonderful. Exhale, hinge forward one more time, fingers toward the earth. Oh my, can your fingers come closer to the earth this time maybe? Wiggle your knees. No tension here, let it go. Shake your neck even. Still your legs, roll your spine up. You know this one vertebra at a time, chin away from your chest. Last, come on up to standing. Time for some arm circles. Tee out your arms and start to circle them to the back of your room. Big circles, little circles, you decide. It's all good. And when you're ready, add in your knees. When the hands come down, let your knees bend and pop on up. Knees bend as your hands come down, hands go up. You straighten up. Breathe. Get into the shoulders. And you know, you take it as big as is right for you. Take it as fast or as slow as is right for you. Feel what you feel. Let it feel wonderful. If it doesn't feel wonderful, you won't come back, right? You'll see the results. But make it feel good. Take the arm circles in the opposite direction. Nice big circles. You got it. Breathe. Bend the knees, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Finish up. Come on up to standing, shoulders back, away from the ears. Fingers reaching down toward the earth. Stand up nice and straight. Find your block. Let's stretch your calf. All right, block is at a stable height. Remember, you could be up against a wall too, pressing the toes into the wall. Press the ball of the foot into that razor edge of your block. Lean forward a little bit. You'll know it. You'll start to feel a big stretch in your calf. Maybe hands on your hips. Breathe, stretch it out. Breathe. Do this when you brush your teeth. Take your yoga blocks up to the bathroom or push into the wall and stretch out your calves as you brush your teeth. Big breath in. Big shoulder softening breath out. You got it. Let this feel good. And then finish, other side. I'd like to stay longer, wouldn't you? All right, adjust your foot so it's just right on the edge of that block. Heel touches the earth, and you do control how intense this is. Maybe bring it a little forward or a little back. Just enjoy a nice stretch in the back of your calf. Hello to Tina, Rena, Roger, Kelly, Olivia, Lisa, Karen, Ginger, Margarita, Wilhelmina, how are you? Ron, good to see you. Steve, Margaret, it's all good. Breathe. All right, how about that calf? Does that feel pretty good? Let's finish up. Legs down by your sides, arms down by your sides too. Take a big breath in. Big breath out, start to sway from side to side. As you sway from side to side, arms are heavy, look over one shoulder than the other. Nice warm up here. Feet, maybe put a little more space between them so you feel more stable. Look over your shoulder, then the other, and breathe. Let's finish up in this pose. Bring your arms down by your sides. Take a big breath in. Hi, Esther. Hi, Stan. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Liz. I'm glad that you're here. All right, so you did your big coat swing. How does that feel? Time for a ragdoll pose. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Feet hip-width distance apart. Bend in the middle. Fold forward. Crown of the head toward the earth. Little bend in your knees. Wiggle them. No reason for stress here. Let it go. Even wiggle your bottom up toward the sky. Even wiggle your toes. Lift them up. Start to sway from side to side, bringing one elbow back toward your knee, then the other. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Stretch out the low back. Remember, crown of your head is hanging toward the earth. Head is nice and heavy as your gaze is back, maybe toward your knees or up toward your belly button. Finish up, arms back to the midline of your body. Release your fingers to the earth. Bend your knees. Come on down for a child's pose. Child's pose with or without the block. Knees can be touching, big toes touching, hips back toward your heels, or maybe they sit on your heels. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, resting your head on either a block or all the way down to your mat. Classic child's pose. Alternative? There's always alternatives. Perhaps spread your knees wide, big toes still touch, feet, bottom back toward your feet. Block, you can use it underneath your forehead again if you like, or no block at all. Reach your hands long to the top of your mat and sink your head on down to your block or your mat. Extended child's pose. Balasana. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Sigh it out. Let it go. All the tension is going to go away. And then close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose if you like. If you like. That's the most important cue there. If you like. This is called Ujjayi, pranayama breath. Breathing in and out of the nose builds heat in your body and lets you focus on you. Reach your fingers longer to the top of the room. Come back to your child's pose anytime you like, knowing that your ankles, your knees, your quads are getting a nice deep stretch. Your spine is lengthening. And in the extended child's pose, oh, feel it in the shoulder. Big breath in. Big breath out. Press your hands on underneath your shoulders. Knees come to underneath the hips. Let's take our hands, turn your hands so your fingers are pointing towards your knees and your palms are facing forward. Wiggle your hips, left, right, forward, back to just feel that nice big stretch in your forearms. Do it to what feels good for you. Maybe a little more weight into your fingers. Feel the stretch in your forearm. You do what feels nice. Let's finish up. Let's bring our hands back to a natural position and then wiggle your fingers a little bit. Let them go, let them go, let them go. Let that tingly feeling gone. Time for toes pose, back to the foundation. Come to standing on your knees, shoulders over your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Block, have a seat on it if you would like. I'm gonna flow through this toes pose and ankle pose, so I'm gonna ditch the block. But if you wanna stay in toes pose, maybe keep the block. Your call, you know best. All right, I'm gonna sit back onto my heels. It's a little more intense, isn't it? Shoulders are back over the hips. If it is painful at any time, come out of it, don't do it. When you're ready, flow through this. So nice big stretch of the foot in this direction. Let's take it in the other direction. In a plantar flexion, placing the tops of the feet on the mat and leaning on back into the ankles. If you want, use your blocks to bring the earth up to you. Press into the blocks. Balance on the tops of your feet. Knees are lifted. How does it feel? I would say this is not real comfortable, but it also doesn't hurt, at least for me. It's important that you assess it for you. That's the only person that matters, is you. If it hurts, come out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage. If it's just uncomfortable, you've done uncomfortable things before. Ride with it. Blocks or no blocks, you decide. Go back and forth a few times from your toes posed with the toes tucked towards your shins. Deep breaths to get through it. Shoulders softening on the exhales. And then your ankle pose. I'm digging the ankle pose lately. Feels really nice. Come on back as far as is right for you. Stretch it out and find that range of motion. That's so important to help prevent falls. All right? I think it's time to finish up. I'd like to stay in a practice where we do toes pose to ankle flow the whole time. What do you think? All right, let's come back to a neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up. Give them a squeeze and a scrunch, a couple circles in both directions, and a tap out on your mat. Drum roll, please. All right, there we go. Let's do cat-cow. Come to stillness. Fingers spread wide, knees hip width distance. Lengthen through the crown of your head and your tailbone. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Tuck your navel to your spine. Arch your back to the sky. Cat. As you inhale, cow, just the opposite. Crown of the head and tailbone lift. Do cat-cow to your pace of breath a few times. Breathe. Remember to breathe. That's the most important thing. Don't hold your breath. All right. Spine's feeling good. Foundation is strong. You got it going on. Let's finish up. Neutral tabletop. Just send your tailbone to the back of your room and the crown of the head to the front. Push into the earth, almost as if you're levitating. Let it be. Let's do bird dog pose. First time to introduce the ball, if you would like. No ball at all, totally fine. Don't sweat it. I'm going to place my right knee on top of the ball. So here's where the squish comes in. The squish comes in and the ball creates an unstable surface for my knee. Draw the toes toward the shin in a dorsiflexion. Left leg lifts, lifts, lifts. Left knee to about hip height. Push hard into your hands. Find your stability here. You are stable, you are sturdy. Trust yourself. Extend your left leg long, drive through the heel. Lengthen and strengthen through your spine and your low back. Hold it right here. Left leg is extended. If you'd like to challenge your balance a little bit, maybe lift your right hand up. How is that? Maybe send your right arm long, reach. Extend through your fingertips, reach. Thumb up to the sky, lengthen. You could also have a block at the top of your mat and balance your fingers on it if you'd like. Breathe, stretch, lengthen to strengthen, you got it. Hold it, be strong. Find your balance, embrace that little micro wiggle on the ball. Time to finish. Hand comes down, knee meets knee on the mat, and the ball goes underneath the left knee now. Draw the left toes toward the shin. Come back to your tabletop. Push into the earth. Start to lift your right leg. Maybe today you're just kind of hovering that right knee, finding your balance on the ball. Send your leg long. Draw the toes toward the shin. Right hip and left hip are equal distant to the mat. Press hard into the earth. Hold here in your bird dog pose. If you'd like, the right leg is extended, so extend the opposite arm, the left arm. Reach it, push it. Push into the earth. That'll give you more strength. That'll give you more balance, more stability. You're sturdy. Reach through your fingers. Reach through your heel. Lengthen a little bit more. Hold it. Stay strong. All right. Hand comes down. Knee comes down. Not that bad, right? Remove the ball. You did it. All right, let's do fire hydrants and donkey kicks. Heart, whew, it's going, isn't it? And that's what we want. All right, neutral tabletop. Ball behind the right knee. You can put a weight back there. You could put nothing at all back there. You could put a resistance band around your thighs. So many options, so little time. All right, right knee, lift it up. Draw the right toes toward the shin. If you have nothing at all behind your knee, totally fine. Let's do our fire hydrant. All right, start to lift the right leg to the side of the room. All the while, squeezing that prop behind your knee. Lift and lower, lower and lift. Lift it. Little dog, big dog, high, low, you decide. Maybe the knee comes a little more toward your armpit. Maybe your ankle comes a little higher than the knee. Let's finish. Hover the right knee next to the left. Don't set it down. Check out your hips. Right hip and left hip, equal distant to your mat. Hovering the knee, it's not touching down. Let's do donkey kick. Lift your right leg up, up, up. Hips, equal distant to the earth. Let's start to pulse the heel in toward your bottom. So you're looking down between your thumbs, finding length through the crown of your head. Little pulses, little movements, an inch or two this way and that. Kicking it in. The ball makes it more fun. Nothing at all, totally fine. Just little teeny kicks in. Let's finish here. Squeeze that ball like there's no tomorrow. Squeeze it nice and tightly. Your flat foot, your right foot, start to pulse it up to the sky. Press into the earth, pulsing the foot up, up, up. You got it. Breathe. We sometimes do this standing with a chair as well. Both are fun variations. Fun. Define fun, right? All right, let's finish. Let's hover the right knee next to the left. Hold it here. Readjust. Press hard into your hands. Hips are equal distant to your mat. Even your left foot is pressing hard into the top of the mat. Finish. Right foot comes down. Time to switch it to the left side. The other side. A ball, a block, or nothing at all. Your practice, you decide. All right, is it too much on your wrists, perchance? If it is, ball your hands into fists maybe. Maybe that feels good. Hover the left knee above the earth. Breathe. Draw your left toes towards your shins. Breathe. Start to lift. You don't have to go super high. Getting into the hips. Hip mobility is so important for flexibility, for mobility, and for strength. Those big muscles behind there, your glutes, your legs are big too. The quads, the hamstrings, big strong muscles to keep you good and strong and stable and sturdy. All right, remember the little cues on this side. Maybe the knee comes closer to the armpit. Maybe the ankle goes a wee bit higher. Lift and lower to the height that is right for you today. And when you're ready, feeling it in your backside, oh yeah. Hover the left knee next to the right. This gives you a chance to redistribute the weight in your arms, even out the hips. Left and right hip equal distant to the earth. When you're ready, left leg lifts nice and high as you stretch out the hip flexors in the front. Draw the toes toward the shin. Start to kick the ball in. Little teeny pulses, little teeny kicks in, in. So after we do this little sequence of our donkey kick and fire hydrant, we'll go into a child's pose. So just anticipate how good that's gonna feel. Anticipation, hope of good things to come. It's that season, and it also just nice to think about. Gonna do that wide-legged child's pose, how good that's gonna feel. All right, now draw the heel close to your bottom. Start to pulse the left leg up to the sky like you're stamping your foot onto the ceiling. Little pulses. Breathe. Think of how strong you're getting. That's a lovely thought, isn't it? Breathe. Little pulses up, up, up. And when you're ready, and like I said, we're going to do child's pose next. Keep at it. We're not quite ready yet. And then after that, we're going to do a plank. Because planks strengthen us all over, and that's good too. All right, let's finish here. Send your foot really high. Hold it for a second. Squeeze the ball in. Just hold it. Let the left knee hover next to the right for just a moment. Plant the left knee down. I promised, child's pose. Send the ball to the top of your mat. Spread your knees good and wide. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Place your hands on the ball, maybe, and sink on down. If you got your hands under the ball, you can kind of massage it into the earth. No ball at all, that's fine too. Just reach your fingers long to the top of your mat. Knees maybe spread a little bit wider. Maybe that feels good on your backside. Breathe. Big breath in and big breath out. All right, time for some more plus. Let's do it. Maybe you stay in your child's pose. I'm going to come into a plank. Let's do a plank. All right, for today's plank, you take the variation that is right for you. I'm going to grab a drink of water first. What we typically do is we set a 1-minute timer. You can use this timer, if you like, to just measure your progress. If you don't want to time yourself, don't do it. Do what you can with what you got. Just let it go, right? All right, water, time for plank. Take the variation of plank you like. I'll show you a couple. Today I'm doing a forearm plank because my wrist is a little wonky. All right, so here's the deal. You got to take care of yourself, right? Okay, lots of variations. If you're fairly new to planking, spread your knees a little bit wider. Rock your arms a little more forward. You could ball your hands into fists if you like. Your mat, you could double it over a couple of times. You could use your towel underneath your hands. Find what works for you. You can also buy a wrist wedge. Lots of options. Hinge the weight more forward, whichever way you like to do this. More weight into your hands, hold it here. You have strength in your arms, let's use it. If you want to take a high plank, here's how you would do that. Important to have your shoulders over your wrists, legs long, feet hip width distance apart. You press the weight into your arms, engage your core, push into the earth, stay nice and straight and lengthen through your heels and the crown of your head. I'm going to take a forearm plank. To do that, come down to your forearms. Down to the forearms, hands spread wide, elbows under the shoulders, real important. You can stay on your knees or tuck your toes and pop on up. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's set the timer and let's go now. All right, legs are long. Whew. Breathe. Elbows are under my shoulders, so I'm nice and stable. Pressing into the earth. Back is straight. Body is straight. We are already 20 seconds in. You've got this. Maybe you've done 20 seconds and you say that's long enough. You come out of it a third of the way there. You can do it anytime you want. From your high plank to whatever plank, you can drop to your knees to take a little break. You decide. All right, we're halfway there. You got it. We're more than halfway there. It's over 30 seconds. Done. If you're in a high plank, you could also send your hips high and rest it in a downward facing dog. Re-engage here. Press a little harder into the earth. 10 seconds to go. You can do anything for 10 seconds. You got it. Breathe. Press into your mat. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and done. Come out of it, whichever variation you took. Maybe time for another drink. Good job. Let's do some Pilates poses for our core. Joseph Pilates, interesting guy. Circus performer originally, but he helped many, many injured military persons in the hospital. So good guy. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, come down to our backs. You might wanna have your strap up by your shoulders if you wanna use it for our boat pose. We're gonna do a Pilates pose, which is just like boat. It's called teaser, kind of the same difference. All right, hands together in prayer. Come all the way back to a reclined position. Once you're reclined here, arms down by your sides, let's do this single leg stretch. One leg, draw it up towards your chest, then send it long. Other leg, draw it up, send it long. All right, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe this is where you stay today. Maybe you'd like to peel your shoulders up a little bit. Feel your core engage even more. Maybe using your hands with interlaced fingers, hug that bent knee in towards your chest, then the other one. Maybe keep your heels lifted and alternate, hugging in one leg, then the other. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Whew. Hug it in and release the opposite leg. Let's come down, all the way down on your mat. Let's do this with straight legs. Send your right leg high up to the sky, then bring it on down. Then the left leg, up and down. Maybe peel your shoulders up as you're lifting one leg, then the other. Maybe take your hands, capture your calf, draw the straightened leg up to the sky, maybe even closer towards your nose. Release it, maybe not let it touch down, and then do the other leg. You take the layer that suits you. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you're choosing to do it a way that honors your body, and that's important. All right. Single, single, extend, extend. Let's finish. Legs go long on your mat. Stick pose, arms high overhead, toes point. Wiggle your hips, let it go. Breathe. When you're ready, both heels, drag them up towards your bottom, peel your body on up, hug both knees in, send them long, send your arms high overhead. Hug the knees in, your hands. Send the legs long, reach high overhead with your arms. Same thing, knees come in, knees go out. Breathe. Don't have to go fast. I guess you could keep your shoulders down too if you want. Breathe. Maybe lift through the shoulders. Breathe. Now you're not looking at your legs. You're keeping your gaze up, kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Breathe. And then let's finish. Come on up to seated. Grab your strap if you want to use it for your boat pose or a teaser pose. If you got your strap, place it under the center of your feet. Lean on back as if you're in a recliner. Hug your elbows in and lift your legs high. All right, strap gives you stability and balance. Maybe you got your hands down and you're lifting your legs here. Chest is lifted, hold it. Maybe you hold behind your calves, hold it. Breathe, legs are lifted. Keep your back nice and straight. Breathe. Maybe work your hands down towards your calves and hold. Breathe. Breathe in your little teaser pose. Breathe. You got it. Maybe release your hands. Send them high to the sky. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. And then finish. Bend your knees. How was that? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Find your ball. Place it between your ankles. Come on back down to reclined Pilates hundreds. All right. No ball, no problem. Don't sweat it. Legs can be down on your mat. You could have the ball between your ankles and be squeezing it, or you could have your feet resting on the ball, so it creates an unstable surface. All different, one not better than the other, right? Usually that's not the case. You say, oh, this is better, this is more advanced. You do what feels good. Squeeze the ball, rest on the ball, or no ball at all. Arms down by your sides. We're gonna do Pilates hundreds. Wiggle your shoulders, be nice and stable here. Hands can come up and you can pat the ground as if you're patting a little puppy here. All right, you can do it however many times you want. Add-ins, peel in your shoulders, lift them on up. Maybe add in the legs, lift them on up. If you got the ball, hold it nice and tight and squeeze. The idea here, this is called hundreds. Guess why? Because the idea is you pat the ground 100 times, but you pat it as many times as is right for you. Every day is different. Maybe you only want to do it once or twice. Maybe you want to do it with your shoulders down. Maybe you don't want to do it at all. You make it work the way it is designed for you to use it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Is that about 100? I don't know. Rosemary, you always count. You always know. I think that we are over 100, but that's good. All right, let's come on down. Stretch it out. Stick pose, remember that? Fingers reach, toes point. Wiggle the ball. Breathe. You got it? Nice job. Let's come on up to seated. All right, seated position. Legs spread wide. You can place your 2 blocks between your legs if you like. Legs, help them out. Spread them nice and wide. We're gonna do a Pilates saw pose. So, best way to do this, toes up toward the sky. Think pinky toe, pinky toe, pinky finger, pinky finger. Lengthen up through the midline of your body. Now, the blocks are here. If you'd prefer to just take a center fold, a wide-legged forward fold, go for it and use the blocks. If you would prefer to try the saw, tee out your arms. Remember, pinky fingers to pinky toes. Left pinky finger to right pinky foot. When you're ready, let's lengthen up and take it. Pinky toe and pinky finger come close, or maybe they touch. Lengthen on up, back at center. Other side. Right pinky, left toe, reach. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Don't sweat it. Maybe you just are sending good vibes from your pinky to your toe. It's all good. One direction, then the other. Come back and pause at center. Lengthen up. Exhale, reach. Pinky toward pinky, back up. Pinky meets pinky, back up. Back and forth. Pilates saw. Now, pinky things aren't doing it. Use your hands. Just reach toward the foot, little by little. One day, each and every day, it gets better. You'll get closer. And if you don't, no big deal. Enjoy it. All right, how are you doing? How's it coming along for you? Let's finish. Come back to the midline of your body. If you'd hinged your body forward on the center blocks, come on back up to seated. Dead bug time. Dead bug, then we'll do some lunges. All right, come on down to your back. Once on your back, lift your legs up. Knees are bent, shins parallel to the sky. Press your hands into your thighs, then press your thighs back into your hands. Hold here, breathe. Push really hard, both directions. Hands push, thighs push. Oh, you got it. Lift your legs up to the sky, nice and straight. Toes drawn towards your shin. Arms lift up as well, like you are in the shape of the letter U. All right, right leg lowers, left arm lowers, lift. Left leg lowers, right arm lowers, lift. Come back to that starting U position, and then alternate. Try to get, with control, the heel and the opposite hand touching the earth at about the same time. All right, how are you doing? Nice, strong core. Yes, you do. You got it. Let's finish up. All 4 limbs high to the sky. Hold it, breathe, bend your knees back to that beginning position. Shins parallel to the earth, toes drawn toward your shins. Press into your thighs. One more time. Press your thighs back into your hands. One more time. Push and finish. Feet come down. Bridge pose. Arms down by your sides. Press your hips high up to the sky. Wiggle your heels, or not walk your heels, closer to your bottom. Nice big stretch in your hip flexors. Feels really good after doing the hundreds and the boat pose and that dead bug. Wiggle your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades a little more, creating a shelf for your heart. Breathe. Finish. Roll your spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. Come on up and find your 2 blocks. Time for lunges. All right, here's the deal. Come to standing on your knees, blocks by your sides. Right foot forward, right knee over right ankle. Here's a chance to use your towel. You can slip your towel under your back, left knee, as you send it super long on your mat. Left foot Comes nice and straight, top of the foot on your mat. When you're ready, push into your blocks. Big stretch in the left hip. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Settle in here. Big stretch in the left side. That's what you're after. Maybe come on up a little higher on your blocks, sending your shoulders over your hips. Maybe lift your arms up to the sky and take a little back bend to intensify it even more. You decide. Hands back to prayer center. Have a moment of gratitude here for your wonderful body and what it does. Hands back to your blocks. Straighten out the right leg and send your hips back towards your feet. Bend your right knee. Get back into that hip. Go back and forth, bending this right knee. It loves the mobility. And then if you'd like, walk with your blocks all the way back, sitting your bottom back down onto your left heel. Come on back forward. Come on back forward. Bring it forward. Knee forward to the ankle, and then bring it on back. So you're surfing it out. It's also your little kind of half splits, right? All right, let's finish up. Your hips love you. You've done some good things for them today. Knee of the right leg over the ankle. Switch it out. Right knee comes down now. We're going to take it to the left side. Left knee over left ankle. Push into your blocks, sending your right leg long, just like you did on the other side. Breathe. Maybe press a little more into your blocks, bringing your shoulders up. How does that feel? If it's too much, if it hurts, lean back into it a little bit. Breathe. Maybe arms sweep high up to the sky. You look up there too. Then maybe take a little baby back bend as you reach toward the back of your room. Hands come back to prayer center. Moment of gratitude. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften in the shoulders. Surf time. All right. Straighten the left leg. Bend the left knee. Straighten the left. Bend the left. And then walk it on back if you like. Doesn't have to go all the way. Just kind of get it going. And if it bothers your back knee, it really does help to put that towel underneath. Or, like we did when we did our plank, fold your mat in half a little bit. That helps too. How's the surfing coming along? Oh my goodness, time flies when you're having fun. All right, let's finish up. Bring your right foot to meet the left. Sweep it on up. Find your weights. They're right here. Come on up to standing. With our weights, let's anchor into our feet. Weights down by your sides. Hold on to them. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let those weights, I don't know what size weight you have, just let them feel really good as they pull your shoulders away from your ears. All right, let's lift the weights up to our shoulders. Palms face in towards your ears, and then start to lift the weights up to the sky. All right, you can alternate one arm then the other, or both arms at the same time. Strength, you got it. You gotta work it, right? Use it or lose it. Come on now, you're strong, and don't criticize yourself. If you've got no weights at all, that's okay. Maybe you lift your blocks or use a water bottle or two. Maybe increase your weights. Maybe decrease your weights. It's okay. Move your shoulders, get into it. Maybe when the hands come up, you come up onto the balls of your feet and come on back down. Breathe. Take those little breaks periodically. One arm, then the other. Nobody's judging you. It's all good. Being here is the good. All right, let's finish up. With your arms, bring them back to your shoulders. Tee out your arms, little teeny pulses, up, up, up. Pulse them up. Breathe, chest is lifted. You got it. Now, let's add in the elbows. Let's work the biceps a little bit more. Bend the elbows, bringing the weights to your shoulders, and then extend. Bring them in and extend. Same thing here. You could do one, then the other. Maybe look to the extended arm side. Turn your neck and look to the other extended arm side. Get your neck in too. Breathe. And if you're doing both, you can do the same thing. Look to one side, then the other. Breathe. You got it. Keep at it. Don't give up. All right. Let's take our hands. Extend your arms long. Turn your palms face down. Little teeny pulses down, 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 like a flying bird, right? You got it. You got it. You got it. Little pulses. And when you're ready, let's bring the arms down by our sides and really enjoy these weights now, how they pull your shoulders away from your ears. Let that feel good. When you're ready, pop on up to the balls of your feet. Sink your bottom down, down, down. Bring the weights to your shoulders. Hold them here, kind of up by your armpits, really. And then when you're ready, weights come down and then send them to the back of the room. Bring them back up towards your armpits. Focus forward. You got to focus here, right? Especially if you're on the balls of your feet. Find something stationary in your room that is not moving. Place your eyes on it and focus. Let your body do its thing. All right, so weights towards your armpit, then they come on down and you sweep them on back toward the back wall. Breathe, breathe. Come up higher onto your toes, sink lower in your bottom, bring the weights with straight arms toward the back of your room and pulse the weights. Little teeny pulses. If you fall out, no big deal, sink back in. Pulse the weights to the back of your room. Breathe. Pulse the weights in toward your low back. Can you sit a little lower? Do you want to sit a little lower? Hold on. Maybe you're on your flat feet. Totally fine, totally good. Finish. Arms down by your sides, feet flat. Come on back up to standing. Lift your weights to your shoulders. Lift your weights to the sky. Interlace your fingers, hold on to the weights, maybe ditch one of the weights. Bend your elbows, hug your triceps or biceps in toward your ears. Now, the triceps, the muscles at the back of your arm that are facing forward. Little teeny pulses of these weights. Down, down, down your neck, then lift them up to the sky. Pulses down, down, down your neck, lift them up to the sky. Breathe, don't forget to breathe. Lift, lower, breathe. You got it. How are you doing? Lift and lower and pulse. Back up to the sky. Weights down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders. Breathe. Hold on to the weights. Take a big step out with your right foot. I think the weights help you balance here. All right. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Hinge the weight into your right leg. Send your left leg maybe up the back wall. Let the weights work toward the earth. As you hinge forward, keep your back flat. Keep the crown of your head reaching toward the front of your room. Let the weights come toward the earth. Breathe. Now fold your body in half a little bit more as you look toward your toes. Weights are just hovering. You got it. Left leg lifts a little higher. Breathe. Find your balance. You're strong. Left foot slowly comes to meet the right one on the mat. Come back to standing, shoulders back and down. Left leg now steps forward as we do this same variation of a warrior 3 on this side. Left leg lifts, oh so slightly. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe instead of weights, you got a chair here for balance. Go for it. Little micro bend in your left knee. Right leg lifts, arms are heavy, parallel to each other, reaching toward the earth. Right leg lifts. Gaze comes down towards your left toes. Weights just hover. You got it. Pretty amazing what you're doing. Marvel at yourself for a moment. You got it. Right foot meets left. Come back to standing. You got your weights here. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Soften in your shoulders. Hinge forward. Place the weights down. We are done with them. Walk your hands more forward. Come into a down dog. Hands are on your mat. Feet are hip width distance. Pedal them out a little bit. Back to those calves. Heels come down. Shake your neck. Let it be. Place your heels closer to the earth. Shake your neck. It's heavy. Let it go. Bend your knees. Hover them a second or two in a bear plank. Then come on down to your mat. When you're ready, have a seat. Send your legs long. Legs are long. Toes are up toward the sky. Lift your arms up, up, up. Exhale, reach, reach, reach forward. Capture your feet. Remember, you did pinky to pinky in your saw pose. Now, legs are long. Maybe you can reach your hands. Maybe your hands can reach even farther. Maybe they can reach to touch your calves, your ankles, your toes. Maybe you can drape your wrists over your toes. Breathe, look down to your knees. Come on back up, shoulders over hips. We started this way, let's do it again. Cross your ankles, right over left. Lengthen up through arms high to the sky. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Capture what you can. Look to your knees. Inhale, arms go back up. Uncross your legs, opposite leg on top. Find your length, find your fold. Reach, reach, reach. Capture what you can capture, and then bring your forehead toward your knees. Inhale, come on back up. Shoulders over your hips, come down to your forearms. Come down to forearm, come down to your right side. Elbow under shoulder, hips can be down. You can stay right here, or you can pop it on up onto the knee, and your left leg can extend. Left arm goes high and you can look up. You can take it to a full side plank. Ankles together, pressing into the forearm, left arm lifts, and hold. Breathe. Let's finish. Come on down, other side for this side plank. Press your forearm into your mat. Stay down on your hip, lift your arm. Enjoy this mermaid pose. Legs can also go long. Left knee, you can be on it. Right leg lifts. Breathe. Another option, ankles glued together, pop on up, look up to your hands. You got it. Finish up, come on down, knees bend, a little bit of a clamshell pose here. Hands on the hip, you could use the ball between your knees and just little squeezes, little pulses. Lift the ankles if you like, and open and close, clamshell pose. Other side, knees come together, ankles come down. If you lifted them, switch it out. Eye shade to the top of your mat. Not gonna waste any motion. All right, same thing. Forearm down, knees bent, hands on the hips, open and close in the knees. If you have the ball, just give it a good squeeze and give. All right, perhaps ankles lift. Here we go, open and close. Hands on the hip, how is it? Breathe. When you're done, finish up. Knees come together, legs go long. Hands are underneath your forehead, elbows spread wide. Head comes to your hands, legs comfortably apart, maybe to the edges of your mat. Lift the legs and bring them down. Keep your head down on your hands. Lift and lower. Bring the feet down. Let's do the other side of your body, the top of your body. Keep your forehead glued to your hands and lift out of the elbows, lift out of the chest. Lift and lower, lift and lower. And when you're ready, let's put it all together. Legs and arms lift and come on down. Legs and arms lift, come on down in your little variation of a crocodile pose. Let's finish. Hands under your collarbones. Press on up through straightened arms, seal pose. Come on up to standing on your knees. Hands to your low back. Hands at your low back, elbows squeeze, belly forward, look up to the sky. Breathe, push your hips forward. No need to go any farther, breathe. Finish up, shoulders over your hips. Come on down to a seated position, seated on your heels. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Send your legs, bring your bottom down to your mat. Bend your left knee, bring your left heel behind your right glute. Right leg, keep it long if you want, or lift it on up and cross the ankles, having the right toes on the left side of your body with the toes shining forward. Hug in the right knee and lengthen up here. You can stay right here, or you can turn gently to the right, placing your right hand down on your mat behind your low back and taking a little twist. The left hand can be holding onto your right knee. As you hollow out your belly, increase the twist, or maybe you straighten the arm and look to the right. Finish up, come back to center, switch out your legs. Whichever leg was on bottom, make it on top. Whichever leg is on top, make it on the bottom. You know how far you want to take it. Left arm's going to now be my kickstand. I'm going to lengthen up and maybe stay right here. Right hand on the outside of my left knee. Turn, turn, turn. Maybe open up the right arm and turn, turn, turn. And then finish. Come back to center. Place your legs long onto your mat. Come on back to reclined. Draw your heels up towards your bottom. Draw your left, capture your left knee. Draw it towards your left armpit. Right knee toward right armpit. Rock back and forth. Feels really good. Bring your knees together at the midline of your body. Draw your toes towards your shins. Hug your elbows in as you pull your knees in. Maybe peel your shoulders on up. Maybe give your knees a kiss or come close to them. And then send your body long on your mat. Find your eye shade or your towel that you brought up near your shoulders a moment ago and cover up with the eye shade or the towel. Legs go long, time to let the body release, relax, rest, restore. You did it. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Big breath in, big breath out. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Come back to your deep breaths. With each exhale, shoulders are soft. With each inhale, you feel your chest rise to the sky. Let it all go. You did wonderful things for you. Pinky toes, they worked in saw pose. Let them fall toward the earth. Your hips, ooh, they have mobility. You did donkey kicks and fire hydrants. Let them be. Soften a little more in your face and shoulders. Final shavasana pose, a well-deserved pose of rest. The idea here is as you let everything go and restore, it gives you energy to come back and face life with a stronger, more sturdy body. So enjoy your final shavasana pose a little bit longer if you can. If it's time for you to carry on with your day, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move the motion to the wrists and the ankles. Circle them out. Inhale, lift your arms up high overhead, reach, stretch like it's the first good morning stretch before you get out of your warm bed in the morning. Breathe. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Top shoulder rests and relaxes away from the ears. It knows how to do that because it did it with the weights a moment ago. Breathe. Be proud of yourself right here. Savor this breath. Know that you did great things in this hour. When you're ready, push on up to a comfortable seated position. In your comfortable seated position, bring your hands to prayer center in gratitude. You always want to be thankful for what you have. Just reflect here for a moment as you take a big inhale, appreciating the breath in your lungs. Take a big inhale. And a big shoulder softening exhale as you root into your newly created sturdy, firm foundation. Blink your eyes open. You did it. 1 hour. I think it went by fast. I've always wanted to do this longer. A 90-minute practice would really be nice, but an hour is a lot of time to commit. Thank you for allowing me to spend this hour with you. All right, took a stress number in the beginning. Come back to it. What was it? And what is it now? And just feel your shoulders, feel your knees. Don't you feel better? That synovial fluid is lubricating your joints. You feel better in your head too, and that's a big part of it. You are sturdy, you are strong. The best wealth is health, and you got it going on. Have a good weekend. See you on your mats tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Come back every day. Don't give up. It's December. Challenge yourself. Love you guys. Bye. And I love you. Yes, I do. Good girl. Bonnie. Okay. Bye. Have fun. Good girl, Piper. Good girl. You did it. Another day of yoga in the books, and I bet you feel really, really good. And I am glad that you are here. And you know, it's beginning to look a lot like you're getting more and more fit. Stick with it, even during this holiday busy time. Enjoy your yoga. I am glad that you are here. Tell your friends about our for anybody and everybody. All they got to do is check us out on Facebook or YouTube. Have them join us. They'll be better off for it. If you would like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow.